Final between Wandin and Mount Evelyn, and we're underway. Umpire throws the ball aloft. Wood up against Gordon, and Wandin straight away with the first centre clearance. Chase Black wasting absolutely no time, bringing the ball towards the broadcast side of the ground of that ball. Beeline of the boundary line. Is it kept in play? No. And straight away, within 20 seconds, we have a stoppage. So in fact, it's Johnson who's starting in the ruck here for Wandin. So interesting to see Clint Johnson not starting forward. So anyway, up it goes. Good boundary throw in. Johnson from the back. Up against Gordon. Can't win that. Here is Chase Black at ground level. He's away, but a good tackle is laid by Gibbons. And Michael Gibbons has got him. And he wins the free kick and he just chips across for the moment. Good bit of vision there, finding Sinnott. Sinnott loads up on the left boot. Goes long down the line to a contest favouring Wandin. They've got plenty of representation here, but that's a really good contested mark taken. Fantastic there by Clevercamp, who wastes no time, goes long inside forward 50, up against the wind. Fuchs comes back. Here we go, beautifully collected there by Thompson. Gets the hands away. Kifter's involved as well. Ball pinballing around. Jaworski gets the handle away. Is that high contact? Umpire calls them to go, and we'll have a stoppage at half forward. Right near the Arrow Ranger sign. So up it goes once again. Gordon up against Johnson. Gordon just grabs out of the ruck, gets the handle away. They're inside forward 50. Here are the Rovers. Comes back to Kift. Kift gets the kick away just in time. Long ball to the top of the square. Can someone take a mark? Fisted away by Jones of Wandin. Comes all the way back. Going up into the last moment there was Hale. There's a free kick. And I think it's a shot at goal for Mount Evelyn, and it is. So big opportunity. And Justin Hale can line up for the Rovers first in the first of the game. So what a start this would be. Just the confidence booster that the Rovers would want. He's about 35 out, a little angle to deal with. The problem is the wind probably just going against him, so he's going to have to navigate his way through that. In comes Hale. Pretty slow, deliberate approach. On the left boot. Looks pretty good off the boot, but it's drifting away. It's well and truly across the face. That a mark taken? No, nearly. Comes to ground level. Wandin want ball, but none forthcoming. And we will have a stoppage right down there in the forward pocket. So Johnson once again to the ruck up against Gordon. Johnson taps it down. Ball pinballing around. There's a free kick for high contact, and Wandin do eventually win it. So Johnson in the back pocket. Assessing the options. Long down the line. Looking for Hodgett. No one from the back eventually. Plays at ground level in Sinnott, and the umpire calls for it, and we will have a stoppage on the broadcast wing.
So dominating probably the territory battle earlier on in this game. Mount Evelyn's the ball's thrown up in the middle here. Johnson wins the tap down, then goes and tries to pick it up himself. Has a slight fumble. Mount Evelyn can retreat here. Underground handball. Chase it after there was Atkins. Tackle is laid. How's the umpire going to see this? And he's going to ball it up. So Johnson and Gordon to go at it. Be an interesting battle. Ball thrown up, tapped down again for Johnson. Now they get a kick moving forward to Mount Evelyn. Can they get a clear possession? They get a handball out, but a tackle laid. It's a nice tackle laid by Beckwith. He's not rewarded. Umpire lets it go. Now he's going to blow the whistle and ball it up. At about centre half forward from Mount Evelyn. Ball's thrown up. Johnson again probably wins the tackle. He's going to get a free kick as well. So Johnson will gather this free kick at centre half back for Wandin. Assesses his options, decides to just put it long down the line across the wing. Paddy Hodgett is there. He's out the back, can it be taken? Mullet grabs it, tucks it under his arm, but he slipped over in a crucial time, and he's tackled. The umpire's going to pin him, and he's gone. Just slipped over at a crucial time, had it out the back.
You back him there every time too, Trent.
Yes, you do, as they retreat now in the hands of Fellows. Fellows goes wide, looking for a teammate in Burton. A tackle is laid, and Wandin can go again. No, sorry, it's Mount Evelyn. Yeah, free kick against Van Duren, drop the ball. So now they can go again, Mount Evelyn on the wing. Between wing and half back. Umpire asks the player to play on now, so they just put one long down the line. Can be taken. Gordon slaps it forward. Wandin have it in position now. They get the handball over the top. They can work something from here as they get the ball. They get another handball over the top to Atkins in space. Atkins can go. A player confronts him. Atkins snaps around the body, and it's in!
Oh. Good use of the wind.
First goal of the game goes to Brodie Atkins of Wandin. And a classy finish it was.
Certainly was, Trent. And they're definitely taking it long, Wandin, when they've got this wind at the moment. So well done by Atkins. Shepherd on the line beautifully there as well. So 1-0-6 they are, the Dogs, as the ball comes back into the middle. And a bit disappointed there for Mount Evelyn. They did really well for the first couple of minutes, keeping the ball down their end. But they weren't able to get a score on the board. Wandin get the ball down there and they score straight away. So Johnson's still on the ruck up against Gordon. So Wood's playing forward for the moment. Gordon wins the tap down to Kift, who was tackled straight away by Garner. Ball spills away, picked up at ground level there by Daniel Ladner. Got the ball moving forward, but he's turned it over. Long kick here off the boot of Watson. Up and under ball, just caught in the wind. Van Duren's going to track it back here, but will he win the foot race? Because coming across there was Smith, who did really well. Put in a good effort. Brazizi tries to run onto it, slipped over as well. A couple of players just losing their feet here at the crucial times here for Wandin. Clevercamp gets the handball away, did well to Kift. He can go inside forward 50 to a 2-on-1 looking for Urquhart, who presents nicely. Urquhart taken on the tackle by Jones. Is there a hold? It's got to come back. Interesting here. So a little spot fire picked up off the ball, and the free kick's going to go the way of Thompson. Low trajectory ball. And the umpire's picked up on something else now. So once again, the ball's got to come back. So once again, Thompson. Take two. Or it won't be Thompson. It's Gordon this time. With ball in hand, and might be backing himself in here for the shot of goal, and he is. So Johnson mans the mark about 40 out. So Billy Gordon, this for Mount Evelyn's first goal. What can he do? The big ruckman. Distance not a problem. Is it straightening up? Oh, he's hit the post. So not a bad effort there from Billy Gordon against the wind. He just couldn't quite get the accuracy in the end. And the big ruckman gets Mount Evelyn's first score of the day, but just unable to convert the opportunity. So Hines with the kicking duties for Wandin. Just go long up the middle. Look at the wind take that ball all the way to the middle of the ground. No mark can be taken by Hodgett. Doing really well at ground level there was Kift. He's got the ball once again. Handball came away. Gibbons sends him inside forward 50, but he's turned it over. Has he? Yep. Intercept mark eventually taken there by Mutsayers. So Sam Mutsayers again wants to go through the middle. They're daring here. Wandin. Looks like Van Duren. No, it's not Van Duren, sorry. Beckwith. Comes to half forward. Good kick here. Really good bit of vision. Manson, can he get it under his control? The ball just running away from him. And eventually it trickles over and goes out of play. It'll be thrown back into play right in front of the scoreboard here at Woori-Alec. So once again, Gordon up in the ruck, and it's still going to be Johnson for Mount Evelyn. So boundary throw in, outer side of the ground, up and under ball. It's Gordon to the front, just gets the better of that tap and eventually roved his own tap too. Clevercamp got the handball away. Collie. Kick was a bit errant here as Brazizi, but he's tackled straight away. Umpire calls them to go. Dumping tackle is laid, and it's holding the ball, and Mount Evelyn bringing a bit of intensity. Kift once again. Through the middle he goes. Oh, he's got to sell the candy. Got the handball away just in time. Kicks a little bit wide. The wind affected it slightly, but beautifully controlled there. This is by Matthew Gibbons. He swings around onto the right boot. Sends it inside forward 50, but Wandin have got all the representation here. And a good mark taken here by Sam Hodgett. Chips it across to Jaworski, and a one-on-one. Beautifully done by Gibbons. Fists it away. And we will have a boundary throw in on the broadcast side wing. So boundary throw in. Already gone 8 minutes into this first quarter. Wandin with one goal. Mount Evelyn with one behind. So once again, Johnson and Gordon. So done all the ruck work so far. Has Clint Johnson for Wandin, which is interesting. Throws a bit short. Johnson gets a boot to it. Jaworski, does he decide to keep it in play? No, happy to see it over. So it will be another boundary throw in. So, what can Billy Gordon do here? He's definitely got a bit of a mismatch in the ruck for most of the day. So once again, ball to be thrown back in. Gordon to the front. He grabs it out the back though in the end. Gets the kick away. It's a bit of a wobbler inside forward 50. The bounce beat Hines, but Jones did well out the back. Got it away to Mutsayers. Oh, he just got the handball, and Hines eventually can get Wandin moving out of defence.
So move it out of defence and come up the middle of the ground again. The wind's going to play a big factor, moving the ball up the middle, but Kift takes the intercepting mark and puts it to the top of the 50. And a nice mark taken there at the top of the 50.
Hood.
Oh, yeah, wanted to change the numbers. That's why I couldn't find the number. Hood now puts it inside forward 50, and it's a nice mark taken out on the lead. Mount Evelyn can go back, have a shot at goal in the hands of Gibbons. Matthew, that is. So you'll have to kick this all of probably 45. Are we saying these are real 50s?
Yeah, I reckon a 40. I reckon this is a 45 here at Woori.
So you back the wind in, But he's got to put it up there, and the wind's just got to hold it, bring it back. Intercepting mark will be taken by Wandin, but unable to be hold. Chasing after it, Black unable to take it cleanly. Matt Evelyn have a chance here. Can they take the clean possession? Kick off the ground. It's gone to the boundary side, and Wandin look to retreat. If they can pick it up in clean possession, no, they can't. But Beckwith gets it, gives a handball back. Now they can retreat to Van Duren.
This could be a long kick here,
Van Duren now tucks it on his arm, has one bounce, gives a handball over the top to Johnson. Can they get a handball over the top? Johnson puts it to centre half forward to no one in particular, and it's a 3-on-1, but they can't hold the mark. And Paddy Hodgson puts on the wheels. Can he get into possession? No, we can't take it cleanly. It's going to be a free kick. Where's the free kick going? I didn't see where the umpire pointed.
Johnson should have hand back to Van Duren there, Trenkers, with this wind behind him. He can probably kick the ball about 80 metres, just about, I reckon.
Matter of fact, the appeal there's gone over the boundary line.
There we go.
So, they're going to throw the ball back in here. Wood against Gordon. Gordon wins the tap down. Now getting it out there is Kift, who always gets a bunch of the footy. As they get a clearing kick here. Who's going to be the first to get this clean possession? As a tackle laid. And it's a free kick going the way of Wandin.
Just trying to figure out who's got the... Hines, here we go.
Yeah,
Trent.
Hines, the skipper.
I reckon he can probably line them up too, Trent. He's got the wind behind him.
Slide angle. He'll kick this from 45.
He doesn't kick too many goals, Tommy Hines. Usually tucked away in that back pocket, but good opportunity for him here.
There's Hines now. Don't know how often do you reckon he practices his goal kicking routine, but playing in the back line, Aiden?
Not very often, Trent. This could be interesting, but I reckon distance might be a problem with
Here's
this
the moment with the captain to set it up really for the second goal of the game in the elimination final. Hines comes in, kicks on his way. He hasn't quite carried the distance. It's going to go to the top of the square. Intercepting mark's going to be taken by Gordon.
He didn't even attempt it, Trent.
So Gordon now plays on and brings up the middle of the ground. Oh no, this could be turned over back to Hodge. But no, Matt Evelyn managed to get it out. And they link up for a couple of handballs and bring a short kick down the wing, but that kick is smothered, but they managed to get it again. Handball out in the middle. No clean possession being won here. This probably might find its way to the boundary line. They've pretty much been tackled on the boundary line in front of the perform under pressure sign there.
So it's a stoppage on the outer side of the ground, so once again up it goes. Tapped down by Gordon, who's probably had the much better job in the ruck so far. And once again, the umpire calls for it, and we will have a stoppage on the outer side. So if we just get a bit of a look here. So once again, Johnson still doing the ruck duties here for Wandin. He comes away as the handball. One at ground level by Manson for Wandin, and he's away. He gets a kick on the left boot. Inside forward, 50. No mark can be taken. Comes to ground level. Here we go. Hurst. Long kick towards goal. Oh, no, but his kick was smothered. Beautifully done there by the Mount Evelyn defence. Now frantic stuff here. What can Wandin do? Can they win the ball back? Yes, they do. Kick across goal. Here's Jaworski. He'll be within range. He's got the wind behind him. Oh, no, he's given away a free kick. There you go. So Gibbons, the recipient, wants to go up the middle of the ground. Up and under ball. Fuchs is going to park himself underneath it, but Van Duren did fantastically. Cuts it off, and Wandin once again can counter-attack. Van Duren short to Atkins. Atkins hands it away to Chase Black. Here we go. Black loads up on the right boot. Long kick to the top of the square. Mullet, was he held? No, umpire happy to let it go. It's a 25-metre penalty. Interesting there. Looked like Mullet might have got a little bit of a tug on the jumper, but umpire happy to let it go. So, Mount Evelyn, that's a dangerous kick. Didn't quite come off. Manson lays the tackle. Umpire circling. It's a stoppage at half forward for Wandin. So a couple of mistakes here. So once again, up it goes. Fuchs in the ruck this time. Still Johnson for Wandin. And now Mount Evelyn try to break away. They want to go through the middle of the ground. They've been daring to do that so far. Fury, ball bounced away from him. Jaworski did well, got the handball away, but Matty Gibbons did really well. He sells the candy to one. He sends him inside forward 50. The kick's a bit of a wobbler. Urquhart tracks it towards the boundary line. Does he win? No, the ball beats him. So it'll be a boundary throw in at half forward for Mount Evelyn, who are doing all right. They're getting the ball down there. Just need to try and find a score. So it's just one goal at the moment to Wandin, one behind to Mount Evelyn. We've already gone 14 minutes so far in this first quarter. So boundary throw in once again. Up it goes. Gordon wins it, gets the handle away. Kift goes long into the pocket, but he's turned it over, and it's cut off here by Fury.
So Fury now goes to the fat side, across the ground, but it might be turned over if they can get it in their hands. Yes, they can. To Mount Evelyn. They put it back inside forward 50 in the hands here of Hood. Puts it to the top of the square. Now snap towards goal.
Oh, gee.
It's going to be marked on the line by Van Duren. Van Duren just whops it up down the middle of the ground. Look at the big kick. Is there a free kick there? Umpire sees a free kick. He's going to give it to. Going to go to Burn.
Yep.
So Burn now. About centre half back. Will come wide to one of the co-skippers in Paddy Brazizia, who drops the mark and tries to get around a big tackle, and he's unable to. The umpire says play on. So they've got out of that one. Have Wandin. Van Duren gives a handball over to Burn. Burn puts it on his boot, snaps it around his body. Atkins is chasing in dispute. But it's going to be tapped over, and it's well worked there in the end to Fuchs. Because they can get a handball out. Yes, they can. And they move the ball. And they keep moving it up the wing. And it's coming over here. Van Duren parks himself underneath it and just unable to take the mark. Take it in, head on there. Was Clever Kemp, and he's tackled. How's the umpire seen this? He said, you've taken it on, and it's hold the ball. So Burn will be the recipient of that. He gives a handball off to Mullet. Mullet puts it on his boot, puts it inside the forward 50. Can it might be taken out the back. It could go all the way
it
here.
does.
And it has. He's kicked that from 80.
That's what this win's going to do, Trent.
Put no effort into that kick either. Jesus Christ.
No one back there for Mount Evelyn.
Just kept going and going and going.
It did. So a very smart play there from Aaron Mullet. Didn't waste any time with the wind. Knew he would have been half a chance. Still takes a long kick, obviously, but if you know you can kick at least 50 or 60, the wind's going to help you a little bit. And it's still blowing out there at the moment, so it's back in the middle once again. Fuchs on the ruck this time. Wood's gone in for the first time for Wandin. Mount Evelyn need a response here. Brazizzi lays the tackle. Umpire comes in, so stoppage. It'll be take two in the centre. So once again, up it goes. Fuchs goes early. He wins the tap. Down to Kift, who's tackled straight away by Mullet, who's found himself in the middle. So out it comes. So another stoppage. Bit of a gridlock at the moment in the middle. Fuchs gets a second tap on it. Here comes Mullet. Through he came, but just couldn't quite break away. Fuchs needs to get down on hands and knees. Brazizzi. Here is Mullet. He might have another pink tread. He goes long. Does he go all the way? No, they've got players back there to Mount Evelyn. It's knocked over and it will be thrown back into play. It's in the forward pocket though for Wandin.
Last time these two sides played, Mullet did kick 6, as did Jaworski.
There we go. So Mullet's already got one. Atkins with the other goal so far for Wandin. Those just tuning in. It's 2-0-12 to the Dogs. Just the one behind so far for Mount Evelyn. So we wait for the ball to be thrown back in. Up it goes. Johnson from the back. Fuchs has got a tap in. Here is Chase Black. Gets the handball away. Manson is offline. Well and truly offline, in fact. Out of bounds on the full. So Mount Evelyn with a reprieve in defence. So the recipient here for Wandin will be Lockie Sinnott. Sets the options up the line. And Wandin have had plenty of time here just to settle. So Sinnott not really too sure where to go. Eventually just loads up on that left boot, high up and under ball. He's done pretty well here against the wind. Jones flies, but just couldn't quite stick the mark. Fuchs is tackled straight away by Hines. Here we go. Black gets the handball away. Does Hurst keep it in? No, he can't. Scorts the ball over, so we'll have another boundary throw in on the broadcast side. Nearing half forward now for Wandin. So once again, Johnson up against Fuchs on this occasion. Fuchs to the front. Just gets the better of the tap. It's in a dangerous spot though for Mount Evelyn. Black lays a good strong tackle and we'll have another stoppage. So pretty hot contest so far. Up it goes. Johnson just gets the better of that tap on that occasion. Here is Hurahan, gets the kick away just in time. 2-1-1. Ladner couldn't take the mark, but Fury's away. Here we go. Tucks it under his wing, chips it into the pocket. Just misses Hurst. Just wasn't quite able to keep it in play was Daniel Hurst, and the ball trickles over. It will be thrown back in.
Deep inside the forward 50 here for Wandin, with the only 2 goals of the game going to them, Atkins and Mullet. Ball to be thrown back into play here. Johnson going up against Fuchs. Now tap is down. Can they get a clean possession? Black snap towards goal. Was it Mullet?
Ooh.
It's going to be marked on the line.
Oh, no.
What happened there, Aiden? I took my eyes off it for a second because I was just keep looking around to see who the player actually was. He kicked it.
Bailey Forbes, he just slipped over Trent and he lost the ball and he...
The rush behind?
He rushed it over in the end, but yeah, Atkins was there ready to pounce. So a couple of nervous moments there for Mount Evelyn, but eventually they sorted it out.
Yes, they sorted it out. Now they can go long. That's travelled about 60, Aiden. And a big fly at the back, but unable to hold the mark. Beckwith manages to pick it up. And they can get a kick inside forward 50, a low stabbing kick. It's going to be turned over to Mount Evelyn. Can pounce off half back here as they try to do some sort of cute kick, but it doesn't pay off at all. As it comes, they get a handball here. Umpire says hold the ball, so Mount Evelyn can go again through Hood. I was looking for my 28 again, Aiden. I've lost the 28. So Hood, the recipient of the free kick, puts it in the middle of the ground. It's a good looking kick. And is that going to be 25 mil penalty? The umpire says yes, it is. It'll bring them well in range. Now they go inside forward 50, man out on his own. It's a great kick. Picked out the player all on his own. And it's going to be Callum Urquhart. So I mentioned has kicked.
No, it's not Urquhart.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was 35.
Oh, 35's Matty Gibbons. Trent, what are you doing here, Trent?
Oh, no, sorry, I thought it was...
we don't have a number 52. There we go.
25, sorry. I saw the 52 and thought it was 25. As he comes in, Mr. 52. Kick towards the goal. Looks, is it going to work back? No, it's just going to go through for a minor score. So they look to bring the ball back into play here, Wandin. As that they do. Interestingly, that looked like Mullet taking a kick in, Aiden. As he puts it long down the ground, look how far this one's travelled again. So that's why they've asked him to take the kick in. Because he knows he's going to kick it at least 80, 85. But Mount Evelyn now have it in their hands. They bring it to the middle of the ground. It's an R4. Can it might be taken. That's a good, strong mark. Yes, it is. It's been paid to Wandin. Brazzi taking the big strong mark out in front, so now this will carry over to the wing. There's a nice kick out to the wing. Beckwith now will play on and bring it to the middle of the ground. Can it be taken? No, it's just fumbled. But going back and getting his Black. Can he get it cleanly? Yes, he can. Gets a handball over the top. Looking for a teammate there in Molino. Now they can... Mount Evelyn have turned it over to Van Duren, and he's told by the bench, get the ball moving fast, looking for Paddy Hodger in a 2-on-1. Can't quite take the mark, but fights back and gets the ball back and gets a handball out in the direction of Jordan Jaworski. Jaworski now picks up the ball, tries to get a handball. He's tackled, and he fumbles. Molino tries to go in and get it. Jaworski lays a big tackle. How's the umpire going to see this? Everything's happening here, Aiden.
Yes, it is. It's a stoppage at half forward for Wandin. Pretty frantic stuff. Damon Kift racing over to get involved. So once again, up it goes. Johnson still on the ruck here. Fuchs just taps it away. Jaworski goes back into the corridor, and he did well to Black. Black swings around to that right boot. Kick not quite to the advantage of Hurst, but he might still make this work. Gets a little finger tipper on it. Hurst, what can he do? Can he win it at ground level? No, doing beautifully there was Fellows. Gets the kick away. It could be dangerous, but Colley just does well. Slaps it forward. Was he held? No, umpire calls him to go. Beckwith did well enough. Plenty of numbers around the contest, and we will have a stoppage on the outer side. So we'll see who goes up on the ruck. It looks like once again it'll be Fuchs there for Mount Evelyn, who gets across, tries to get the fist in there against Johnson. Kick away just in time inside forward 50. Molino looks to square it up, does well. Long kick around the body. Oh, interesting bounce. Here we go. Hurst goal. There we go. Well done, Daniel Hurst. Finished off beautifully, and Wandin got their third.
Yeah, they've been the dominant team so far, Aiden.
They've used the wind very well, and they've definitely taken their opportunities. Mount Evelyn had the ball down there, but look, they will get this wind in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've had a lot of the ball, Mount Evelyn, but just they've probably been pretty even possession-wise, but Wandin are just using it to their advantage a bit better than they are.
Definitely converting their opportunities, and we are about to find out our mystery at number 52.
Kai Heathcote.
There we go. Kai Heathcote is our mystery 52. We kick the behind there for Mount Evelyn. So wait for the ball to go back into the middle. Up it goes once again. So another change of ruck here for Mount Evelyn. Looks like Gordon's gone back in there. Brazzi just couldn't quite control it. Beckwith picked up, lost control as well. Now Brazzi gets a little dribbling wobbler moving forward. It might work out here. Doing really well is Hodgett. Swings around to that left boot, but his kick was smothered by Kift. Kift taken in a double tackle momentarily, but it was slipped away from Johnson. And a free kick being paid to Wandin. Is it? No. Umpire had the arm extended, but it is going to be a stoppage just short of half forward for the Dogs. So once again, up it goes. Tap down there by Gordon. Kift is tackled straight away by Ladner. And we'll have another stoppage. And Johnson's fallen over, and the umpires pay the free kick. So no stoppage now. Clint Johnson, who... Again, this could be interesting because with the wind behind him, he might just back himself here in the set shot, and it looks like he will. So seen plenty of long-range kicks already for Wandin, with a pretty strong breeze blowing to their end of the ground. So Clint Johnson, who looks like he's going to get pretty close to the man of the mark, swings on an arc, long kick, just going to fall short, I'll say. Is the mark taken? Hodgett got it. So Paddy Hodgett, how does he go about this? Tucked into the pocket. He tries to swing around to the right boot, or is he going to back the drop punt? So this for 4 goals for Wandin in the first quarter. Hodgett is going to go the drop punt. He's got it. What a finish from Paddy Hodgett on the left boot, on the wrong side. And he has absolutely nailed that. Beautifully manicured kick into the wind, and Hodgett gets Wandin's 4th goal.
Yeah, they're just dominating play here, Aiden. When they're going inside 450, they're really using it to their advantage and converting, and they've figured out the wind, I think, already.
They certainly have, Trent. Who needs a check side? Who needs a right to run around on? Paddy Hodgett just needed a drop punt, Trent, and he's finished that off beautifully, and Wandin out to a 23-point advantage.
So the ball to be brought back into the middle here. Gordon gets the tap down for Mount Evelyn. Brazzi just unable to take it cleanly. Mount Evelyn look to get the clearing kick, slightly smothered. And then they look to bring it back inside 452 here. Thompson.
Downfield, I think it is.
Yeah, that would have been because he got Brazzi a bit earlier. So there's been a bit of tension sparkling since then. The free kick has been paid. And just trying to gather. It's going to be Kobe Smith who will take the free kick. So I don't know if you saw about a couple minutes ago when Brazzi got taken here. So that they've been on Jed Thompson ever since then.
After the siren job here, Trent.
Yep, so this will be after the siren. Kobe Smith. Mount Evelyn really need this for the first of the afternoon. I think it's going to do just a bit too much, and yes, it has. Just going to go through for a minor score, so yet to kick a goal at Mount Evelyn.
Yep, so that is quarter time here in the elimination final. Wandin 4-1-25 are leading the Rovers just the 3 behind. So a 22-point advantage for the Dogs. Did go forward. So we are underway in the second quarter. Umpire holds the ball aloft, and once again Johnson will start on the ruck for Wandin. Billy Gordon in there for Mount Evelyn. Gordon won the tap down, did well to Clevercamp. He gets the kick away. Good kick, but it just couldn't quite hold the mark, but they might still be away. Hourahan tries to send them inside forward 50. Fuchs couldn't take it cleanly, and out comes back the other way. And Wandin have got numbers, and they will get moving. Doing really well there was Daniel Lander. Squares the ball up beautifully and finds Johnson. Had Brazzi running past, but decided against him. Jaworski calls for it, and he's going to get it to Jordan Jaworski up against Damon Kift in a one-on-one. Jaworski takes possession of the ball. So right here on the broadcast wing is Jordan Jaworski down the line. Good kick, and he finds Brazzi, who had plenty of room. Brazzi looks further ahead. Beckwith provides an option, but Brazzi looks further. He decides, dangerous one, and Damon Kift, the Mount Evelyn captain, doing beautifully. He intercepts the ball, sends it forward to a 2-on-1. What can Urquhart do? He's going to get out the back here. He's in a 1-on-1 with Jones. Did Jones hold him? No. Umpire calls him to go. Did Hines drop it? Umpire still calls him to go. Jones gets a little barrel away just in time. Fury, can he get it under his control? No, he can't. And once again, Mount Evelyn going long to the top of the square. Urquhart can't quite take the mark, but they might still be a chance at grand level. Picked up here. Kick towards goal is offline. Nearly an opportunity there for Smith, but he just couldn't quite put the ball through, and so they're 4th behind for the afternoon for Mount Evelyn.
He's second as well.
So Kobe Smith just unable to capitalise. So Tom Hines with the kicking duties, and on this occasion, he's kicking against the wind. So let's see what they do here, Wandin. They're happy to go long and up the middle on most occasions in that first quarter. They might maybe go a little bit shorter on this occasion. So Sam Butzayas comes across. He provides a bit of an option, but Hines decides to go to the outer side. Still a fairly long kick, it has to be said. Probably favouring Mount Evelyn, though, this contest. They got plenty of representation, but Wandin eventually do get numbers across. Mullet is there in the area, so too is Ladner. But eventually, Mount Evelyn win the ball as a free kick, and it's going to go the way of the Rovers. So we'll just get a look at this. It looks like it's Fuchs with ball in hand. Centres the ball. Kift, has he got it? No, he hasn't. Just came to ground level at the last moment, but the mark is paid to Wandin, in fact, to Brazzi. Umpire said he had front position, so Brazzi assesses what's ahead. And he just goes short, and that's a good kick, and he finds Beckwith.
So Beckwith with ball in hand now at half-back. Assesses his options and decides just to bring it back up the wing. In search of a teammate. No one can take it cleanly. But Wandin managed to get it on the backburn. And now they can put it to centre half forward. Is anyone going to get underneath that? Brazzi does and gets a handball over the top. But fumbling that at the wrong time was Fury. Still chasing after it here. And they can get it out of here, Mount Evelyn. And they get a kick up the middle of the ground. Can they get a clean possession? No, they can't. Beckwith is there. Can they get a clean handball? Beckwith goes in and gets it, but he's tackled. How's the umpire going to see this? Did he drop it? Umpire says play on. He goes in and gets it again. No clean possession being won here. Fury goes in and a tackle. His tackle is swiped. Brazzi lays the tackle just in time. The kick got away. Which says now can mop it up at half-back, looking for a handball to Jaworski. Jaworski unable to take it cleanly, and he's helped over the line with that one. And I swear, Aiden, there was a little slight call of a deliberate, they half shout. I mean, it's not a dumb thing to do now. We've seen 2 get called in a game.
Well,
so.
Trent, we thought all season there was no insufficient intent. We found out 2 weeks ago there most certainly is.
So the ball will be brought back into play here. Umpire, they're complaining about, I don't know
what it is. I think it's a free kick for a ruck infringement here, Trent. A little bit of a hold.
Okay, so Johnson will take it. He'll go short to Jaworski.
So he's once again playing up the ground here, Trent. We've seen him
move more to a wing role this second half of the year. As he gets the ball and he's told to play on, he kicks it up the ground. Can a mark be taken? High flies at the pack. No mark take it. Hodgett picks it, tries to kick it in the air. Unable to get it cleanly. And a big tackle laid by Johnson. Yep. Umpire says that's my ball. And we'll bowl it up. So Johnson will go up against Gordon. Ball is thrown up now. Johnson finds his way to the front position. He's doing well in the ruck, Ains. He gets the tap down too. Tackle is laid. Has the umpire and say this one's going to be a double block. Do you reckon it's with the bigger body with Gordon? They've gone with Johnson and said, I want you to do a lot more of the ruck?
Yeah, well, Wood's done it for a lot of the season. Of course, Jordan Spencer's been injured for a lot of the year. He did a lot of the ruck work last year. So it's a bit of an interesting one, but this is a free kick going to Billy Gordon. So, yeah, definitely swinging the magnets from Nick Adam, Wandin's coach. Long kick down the line, so Mount Evelyn really get some good use of this win, but they've turned it over. Fury did well, parked himself underneath it, chips it short and finds Brazzi, and that's always a good option. Usually a good user by foot. As I say that, though, the kick nearly was a bit problematic, but it did eventually find the chest of Garner. Garner goes across to Sam Hodgett, who goes to the outer side of the ground. Good kick it was in the end to Black. So Chase Black thought about going short, but then decided to go long, up and under ball. Mount Evelyn with representation, knocked away by Inaps towards the Mandurah line, and Mount Evelyn win the ball back. Dangerous kick across goal, but eventually it does work out to Hale. Hale looks to the middle of the ground. Good kick it was in the end, and he finds Smith. So not going to pull the trigger just yet. A Mount Evelyn. Good kick. Is it Ort? Fell short of Urquhart, but he did well to control it. Urquhart sold the candy to a couple. Did nicely. Hale. Oh, did fantastically. Stepped away from one. Puts him inside forward 50. The kick to Fuchs, though, was errant. And it goes out of play, and it will be thrown back in. So they do get the inside 50 to Mount Evelyn. Just don't quite get the shot at goal. So right over across to the scoreboard here at Wooriallic. So looking dangerous there at Mount Evelyn. They've got the ball on the right end of the ground. Can they convert the opportunity? Up it goes once again, tapped down by Fuchs, but it might be sharked here. Ball is socket forward, doing fantastically is Gibbons. Got the handball away just in time. He did that to Watson. Watson, though, was also taken to the tackle. They still get it moving forward. Fuchs, handball's in. Here is Smith. He can have a ping, and he decides to centre the ball. It's going to come to Jaworski, but the bounce wasn't very good for him. But eventually they get it away. Van Duren, handball up the middle of the ground, and Wandin away. Garner taken to the tackle. He got the kick away just in time. Hurst will park himself underneath it. Presented beautifully and took the mark. Jaworski directs the troops. Hines has come up the ground, and that's where Hurst decides to go. Chips it across to Hind. Hines does well. He finds Black, who wants to wheel and go, and I think that's what he'll do. Yes, it will be. Swings out onto an arc, kicks towards the pocket. Can he find a set of hands? No, he can't. And Mount Evelyn forces a turnover, but Inaps. He didn't quite get the handball. A kick towards goal here for the Dogs is offline. And they get a bit of a reprieve to the Mount Evelyn defence. They're under a bit of pressure there, but eventually they do win the ball back. So I'll find out he'll take the kick-in duties in a moment, but Wandin did look dangerous there for a moment.
So they look to bring the ball back into play here, Mount Evelyn. They regather it from the net. As assesses their options, and I reckon that it's going to go long. They're going to go long and wide. Can it be taken here? A couple fly, unable to take it cleanly, knocking it forward smartly. There was Mutz Sayers. There's a whistle being blown. It's going to be a high contact free kick. It's going to go the way of Mount Evelyn. So down at half back. Free kick will be paid there, and a short kick will go wide. And mark taken there. And Mount Evelyn. So now assessing their options. Option to go short. Flying very early there was Black. Now going in hard, Wandin. Can they get the tackle laid? Beckwith lays a big tackle. Umpire says push in the back. It's going to go to free kick. It's going to go back to Mount Evelyn. So they have a look now. And this is in the hands of Hale. Hale told to play on. Tries to get around him,
gone.
and he's done it. He's run himself into trouble. Beckwith wasn't letting that happen.
No, he wasn't falling for it at all.
So Beckwith now sees something he likes wide and kicks it over to Fury. Can he take clean position? Fury goes in hard. Molino could have gone in, but now they can get it. Do Mount Evelyn a handball out from Hoskin. Now they go to the far side, looking for a teammate there in Watson. Can they get clean possession here? It's going to go to the boundary line for a boundary throw in. So they get out of that one to Mount Evelyn.
Yeah, a couple of nervous moments.
It's at the far side of the ground now. Be Gordon and Johnson to go at it again. Ball's running to play. Gordon gets the front position, gets a tap down. But getting after it is Wandin. Can they get clean possession? A tackle is laid. A nice tackle laid by Hale. How's the umpire going to see this? He's going to ask for the ball back and he's going to ball it up. And Gordon and Johnson will reset in the ruck. Ball's thrown up into play now. Johnson gets the tap down. Beckwith unable to take it cleanly and running away with it. There was Hood for Mount Evelyn and puts a high up and under ball. Can it be taken? No, it can't. It's knocked forward. Couple go after it. Beckwith gets it and he runs. Has one bounce, then kicks it forward. Can it be taken? No, it's going to be turned over. So Mount Evelyn can try and get on the rebound from halfback. So wanted to go quickly, but opt not to. As they just go long down the line with the wing. Watch as the ball carries. Van Duren unable to hold the mark. Wandin still have ball in hand. They link up for a couple of handballs. They bring it into the middle of the ground. They've done this. They've done this well. Bring it to Gardner. And now here they go. Put it inside 450. Can it dribble through? Keep it in play. Doing well is Wood. It's going to go over the boundary line. It's going for a minor score, sorry.
So 4-3-27 at the moment. Hurst was just unable to keep the ball. Wasn't Hurst, sorry. It was Wood, in fact.
Yeah, so rush behind.
So they'll bring it back into play. Will Mount Evelyn. They decide to handball backwards, and it's a bit of a tricky one, but they do get the ball out of there eventually. Once again, using this win, but Van Duren will park himself underneath it. Nearly infringed with. Jones gets down on hands and knees and lays the tackle. Umpire circling. Handball came away from Byrne. Here we go. Hale. Briley. Can he get it under his control? Did really well. Got rid of the man. Just running past the footy slightly there was Fellows. And now once again Wandin on the counter-attack. Johnson got it from Beckwith. Kicks into the pocket. Hurst is going to get out the back here. Hurst can't quite take the mark. And Mount Evelyn do win the ball back for the moment. That's a good strong tackle laid by Hurst. And the umpire has rewarded him.
And someone's been put down behind play there on the way through. Molino.
Yeah, Molino it is. So Daniel Hurst does have an opportunity from only about 15 metres out. A little angle, or a bit of an angle to deal with. But this could make it 29 points for Wandin. The wind's starting to pick up. You can just hear it through the effects. So it's going to be directly across Daniel Hurst here. So going to be a slightly tricky kick to navigate. So he's already kicked one goal in the afternoon, Daniel Hurst. Can he kick a second? So in the pocket also seems to be going the drop punt, Hurst. It looks pretty good off the boot. He's hit the post as well. There we go. So nearly had that one on line, Daniel Hurst. He just couldn't quite bring it across.
That wind's really coming in now, Aiden.
It most certainly is. So 4-4-28 Wandin. An even 4-goal margin over Mount Evelyn, just the 4 behinds, and up to the outer side of the ground they go. Beckwith forces the turnover, comes back to Byrne, who's being corralled. He'll send him inside forward 50. Molino is there, but the kick just wide of him, and it goes out of play. In fact, it goes out of bounds on the full. And it will be a free kick here for Mount Evelyn, deep in the back pocket. So that's just the options up the line to the outer side of the ground. A long kick, once again using the wind here of the Rovers. Brazizi parks himself underneath it, and they can reload the Dogs. He wastes no time, Brazizi. Chip kick over the head of Johnson. Hourahan tried to get the fist in, but missed it, and eventually gets the handball away. Heads towards the boundary line, beautifully picked up by Briley. And now Mount Evelyn get the ball moving. Fantastic bit of vision to Hood. Hood steps off the mark, comes back inboard. Dangerously, it's over the head of Hale, and Manson forces the turnover. Once again, Wandin. They can counter-attack, but Manson doesn't have a lot of options ahead of him at the moment. Just goes short and comes across to Byrne. Byrne. So they're not going to pull the trigger just yet. Byrne steps away from the man on the mark, chips it in short, and eventually does find an option. Hodgett does well. Gets him inside forward. 50! Oh, the mark nearly taken, but couldn't quite stick it. And now Mount Evelyn might be a chance. Byrne goes in hard once again. Eventually they win the ball back here, do the Rovers. They try to go through the middle dangerously. Brazizi couldn't hold the mark. Comes to ground level. Was he held? Yes, he was. So Paddy Brazizi up against the breeze.
Jack! Jack!
Probably too far out to score. Just with the wind. So Brazizi looks to the top of the square. Pulls the kick slightly. Hodgett underneath it. Did he get a push? Didn't matter. He took the mark anyway. And Hodgett will line them up from 20 metres out directly in front.
Geez, wanting to just dominate and play here, Aiden.
Yeah, they've really had the better of these last 5 minutes. And particularly against the breeze, that can be a little bit of an issue for Mount Evelyn, who just probably haven't really used it as effectively as they could have. And Hodgett puts it away. It's a 5-goal difference now. 5-4, 34 Wandin. Mount Evelyn still yet to kick a goal. They're 4 behind. And we'll be going 13.5 into the second quarter.
Yeah, geez, Mount Evelyn going to want to put a goal on soon, Aiden.
They've got to get a response in. They need a couple of goals. They really need to get the margin as close as they can before half-time, because if Wandin are going to be kicking with the wind in the third quarter with a big lead, it's going to be a very, very big job for Mount Evelyn. So it's back in the middle once again, Trent.
Ball being brought back to the middle. Play here, 5-4, 34, leading 0 goals, 4-4. Tap down one by Gordon. Can they get the clearance here? No, they can't. The tap gets a handball gets it over to Wood. Unable to take it cleanly. Chasing after is Jaworski for Wandin. Being trailed there by Hood of Mount Evelyn. It's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
So boundary thrown on the outer side once again. Just waiting for the umpire.
Yep, there we go. Ball's been thrown back into play now.
Ooh.
And the G's doesn't that travel a bit. And the umpire's going to ask for him to throw that one back again. The wind just managed to take that one.
Yeah, most certainly did.
Nearly took it to Mount Evelyn's forward line. Get him an inside 50 they crucially need.
Just about.
As the ball gets tapped down there by Wood, done well in the ruck there. Can they get a clean possession here? And a clearing kick, Mount Evelyn do. And it goes towards the forward 50 of Mount Evelyn, but I think that might be on the full. No, it's just going to be a boundary throw-in, I believe. Yes, It's just bounced through. The wind just taking it. There's no clear direction. There'll be some interesting kicks being done here, Aiden. As the ball gets ready to be balled back into play here. It's thrown back in. And it gets away from the ruckman again. Fuchs does well to get it. And now the ball's at the bottom of the pack. Aiden appeared for a high contact free kick, but it wasn't given. He thought he was the umpire and started doing all sorts of hand signals.
I do that every week, Trent.
The ball's at the bottom of the pack now. No clean position. Ned, did you see that one, Aiden? That was a hold the man.
Yeah, that was a hold the man. That was definitely there.
So getting in now is Byrne. As a matter of fact, Byrne's just gathering and giving it back to his teammate.
Ooh.
And a kick wide. Unable to hold the mark there. Can Mount Evelyn have a chance to go back inside forward 50 here, but Wandin get it on the turnover. Can it mark be taken? No, it can't on the wing. But here goes Brazizi. Tucks it on his arm. Has one bounce. Has two. Could have a third. Instead, puts it inside forward 50. Sees Atkins out the back, but it's carried over Atkins' head. Can he gather and go get it? He grabs it under his control. Gives the handball out to Johnson. Johnson fumbles it, but gets it back to Atkins. Atkins tries to size himself around. Sets around his body, and he's...
The post again.
Thought he put it through for a second there, Aiden.
3 posters of that end, Trent.
Jesus.
Wing doing all sorts.
So Mount Evelyn will have to regather that ball. I really thought he thought his way through that beautifully.
No, he most certainly had, Trent, but wasn't quite able to hook it around enough.
So they'll bring it back into play, Mount Evelyn, and they're telling him, the fullback, just go long, let the wind do the rest. So he does, and he puts it out, but it's got to be turned over in the hands here of Ladner. Ladner brings it to the middle ground of Beckwith, but it's gone over his head, but no one can really take it clean. But here go Mount Evelyn. Can they get on the counter-attack? No. Good tackle laid there, and here goes Black. Gets a handball over to Brazizi, but he's met with a big tackle from Watson.
Fuck that Jed Thompson.
So, Andy, as we keep going now, good all the effects, Mike, eh?
There we go, yeah. Picking up plenty.
Ball
just had to calm down over there.
Ball thrown to play. Fuchs looks to get the tap there. He goes back to trying and getting. Lays a big, strong tackle. And then umpire says, I'm going to ball that one up.
So it's a stoppage in the centre square. So once again, up goes the ball. Tap down. Wood probably just getting the better of on that occasion. Gibbons hands it away. They're under a bit of pressure here. Mount Evelyn's out holding the ball. Yep, and they're in trouble once again, the Rovers, because Wandin not too far away from reloading. Clevercamp looks a little bit sore, but up he gets. So Black goes to the outer side of the ground. Jaworski, cleverly done, just plucked it in the one hand. And they can continue to press forward here, the Dogs. So Black just happy to just take his time. Not really a whole lot up forward for the moment he likes. In fact, he decides to retreat back to Ladner, who might switch across. He's got Jones on his own, and that's where he'll go. So Jones and now Todd Garner's come onto the ground. So options are plenty, and that's where Louis Jones decides to go. Just chips it across here to Garner. This is Todd. So Todd Garner. Van Duren's calling for it. But Garner wants to go further afield, so that's what he'll do. High up and under ball. Here we go. Fury gets the fist in. But now, once again, Mount Evelyn, they're on the counter-attack, and they're away, and they've got the wind behind them as well. Jones will park himself underneath it. But so too will Sam Mutsayers, and he holds the mark, and he decides to just chip it short to Black. And the ball does drop for him in the end. So Chase Black looks up ahead. Not really too sure where to go for the moment. Umpire eventually calls him to go. So he swings onto that right boot, high up and under ball to a big pack of players. Who can take the mark here? No, it spills out the back. Van Duren looked dangerous momentarily, but once again, Mount Evelyn win it back. Doing really well here is Hood. Gets the kick away just in time. Wandin probably favoured at this contest here. The ball just thumped forward for them. Van Duren, can he win the ground level ball? Nearly did. And now the handball comes away. Here is Clever Camp. Gets the kick away just in time as he turned it over. Yes, he has. No, he hasn't. Ladner couldn't take it cleanly. Handball comes over the top. Gibbons is in the area. And we got rubbish flying onto the ground here as well. Black handball's inboard. Louis Jones under pressure. Oh, no, he slipped over Louis Jones. He gets the handball away just in time. Frantic stuff out here. The wind causing all sorts of problems. Manson now taking on the tackle from Kobe Smith. And we do have a stoppage on the broadcast wing. So once again, Johnson up against Gordon. Gordon just throws it onto the boot, and he's turned it over, has he? No, it was touched off the boot. So Ladner takes possession of the ball, but no mark forthcoming. So once again, Johnson and Gordon. Up it goes. And gee, the ball up didn't really favour either ruckman. It was well away from them, and we'll have another stoppage at half forward for Mount Evelyn.
So Mount Evelyn's half forward line, that couple of umpire swaps there.
Yep.
As they throw the ball back up here, Johnson and Gordon. Gordon gets front position, gets the tap down. Can they get the clearing kick? No, they can't. Yes, they can in the end. Watson picks it up and puts it to the top of the square. It might be taken. No, it can't, but there's still hands at the bottom of the pack. Can they get the clear possession here to kick their first goal of the game? The umpire blows his whistle to ball it up. Deep inside the forward 50 now for Mount Evelyn. Ball's thrown up now. Gordon pushes Johnson out of the way, then grabs it out of the ruck and puts it across the face for a minor score. So we're second behind today, Gordon. As Wandin will bring the ball back into play here. Gardner will do the duties. Directing the traffic around. Gardner now goes long down the line. Can a mark be taken? No, it's going to fall out the back. But trying to take it clean with Atkins. Just a slight fumble. Now he has it under his control. But his tackle, is that a sling tackle after the play? No, umpire lets it play on. He's going to ball it up now. So, the far side of the ground. Ready for a ball up. Gordon again wins that tap down. Clevercamp goes in. Gets a kick moving forward. Getting under it is Dark. Can they get a clean possession? They snap it around, looking for Clevercamp, puts one hand out. Gardner goes in. He gets a high contact free kick. The umpire's going to pay this one. Gardner now goes long down the wing. Flying high, a couple players in the pack. Watson goes in, gets it, and he grabs it. He's tackled. How's the umpire going to see this? He lets it play on, so Mount Evelyn can go. Clevercamp then puts it on his boot. Forward, inside forward 50. Urquhart's there, but it's going to go over everyone's head. And for a boundary throw in the forward pocket for Mount Evelyn.
Yep.
So it'll be 21 and a half minutes gone in the first half.
So ticked into red time. And boundaries front of the forward pocket, not a bad result for Mount Evelyn, but...
Geez, they'd be spewing if they don't go into the halftime break with at least one goal.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just haven't looked as organised at these stoppages of what Wandin have when they've gone inside forward 50, so they just need to try and work this out.
Ball's going to be thrown back into play here. And it's thrown back in now. And it goes away from the players and kicking off the ground there. Now they burn, flies. Unable to take it cleanly, so Mount Evelyn have the chance to go back inside forward 50 here, but it's all Wandin players here. And it's going to go out of bounds. For a boundary throw in at half forward for Mount Evelyn. It's going to be not much time left in the first half. Mount Evelyn going to be trying to put that first goal through. The ball's thrown in. Gordon, Johnson to go out. Johnson gets to the front position, then gets the tap away. More of a fist pump and puts it out of bounds again, but more upwards away from the forward 50 of Mount Evelyn this time. So just trying to get it away from the forward 50, not allowing them to get that goal. As we regather the ball to be thrown back in here. Johnson and Gordon. Again, they've had to run to try and find the ball. Gordon gets the tap down, then barges his way through to now. The kick off the ground. They could be out here. They've got someone at half back, and they put the kick to centre half forward. Can a mark be taken? No, it can't, but intercepting mark can be. And it's a free kick, but let it know.
Oh, what's going on here?
Not too sure.
Johnny Ladder and Callum Urquhart just exchanging pleasantries.
So Leonard now will take the kick. Black, matter of fact, will take the kick. Black at centre half back. Goes wide to the fat side. Can a mark be taken? Yes. Oh, no, Burn just like putting it down the last minute. It's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in.
Yep, so it'll be thrown back into play on the outer side of the ground. So as Trent mentioned, man, Evelyn would like at least probably one goal, you would think. Currently trailing by 5 goals. Wandin used the win really well in the first quarter, and they've even manufactured a goal against it in this second quarter. Boundary throw falls a bit short. Gordon, oh no, he couldn't take it clean. That might have been the chance. He could have sent them long. And there's a siren, so that will conclude the second quarter and the first half here at Woorolloc Recreation Reserve. And the story is Wandin 5-5-35. A lead man, Evelyn, just the 5 behind. The umpire's got the ball in the middle of the ground. Both teams are back out onto the park. And we've got the third quarter underway here at Woorolloc Recreation Reserve. And once again, we're away. It's Gordon up against Johnson once again in the ruck. And Mullet, who's in the middle, goes long inside forward 50 to the forward pocket. Can someone take a mark here through the hands of Fellows? Oh, a dumping tackle laid there on Inaps. Handball comes away, and there's it's a ball up, in fact. So it's a ball up in the forward pocket for Wandin. So up it goes. Gordon won the tap, and he did that pretty well. Clevercamp gets the kick away. To about half-back through the hands. Can someone control it here for Mount Evelyn? They try to get the ball moving forward, but the handball was smothered. Dangerous times, Urquhart, interesting way to move the ball, but it'll work out nonetheless. Here is Kift. He gets the handball away once again, and Mount Evelyn are away. Kick to half forward, looking for Fuchs. Can he hold the mark? Yes, he can. Not a whole lot to go to up home, but he hands it away, does Fuchs. Oh dear, getting the handball away just in time was Burton. He ran into trouble. Louis Jones run onto it, and now Wandin, they can go back the other way. Manson currently has it under his control. He has a bounce, goes onto the left boot, kick over the head of Hodgett, tracking it back is Gordon, and now once again Mount Evelyn, they can counter-attack. Handball inboard to Kiff, worked out pretty well. Through the middle of the ground they go. Kick forward to Fuchs, just falls short of him. Now picked up by Urquhart, goes long inside forward 50 to a 1-and-1. Looking for Smith, who can't quite take the mark. He couldn't quite get front position. Briley was there as well. And eventually the ball goes out of bounds, so it will be thrown back into play. So what can Mount Evelyn do here? They've got the ball in their end of the ground. Fuchs is going to go up in the ruck this time. It looks like it is going to be Johnson once again. Mutsayes was in the area, but Clint Johnson said, this is all me, mate. So boundary throw in the forward 50 for Mount Evelyn. Haven't kicked a goal as of yet. Could be an opportunity for them now. Fuchs gets across, gets the tap. It might work out okay. Kiff gets a kick around to Hourahan, who kicks to the top of the square. Urquhart is there. Can he control it? Jaworski comes across to help out Jones. Jaworski eventually gets the handball away, and now Wandin are away. Kick to about half-back, but it's turned over, and the mark is taken by Watson. Didn't go far enough, said the umpire, so it is just going to be a ball up at half-forward for Mount Evelyn. So no shot at goal. Looks like the wind's starting to pick up a little bit once again here at Woori. Up it goes. Johnson up against Fuchs. Fuchs won the tap down to Kift. Was he held? No, umpire calls them to go. They try to keep the ball in play here, do the Rovers. Watson taking in a dumping tackle, and we will have another stoppage. So wait for the umpire to throw the ball aloft. Fuchs again up against Johnson. Fuchs to the front, gets the better of the tap. Brazizi couldn't quite take it cleanly. Hourahan got a kick away but didn't go very far. Doing really well there, looked like Hoskin. Kift, kick towards goal. Well and truly off the line. Doesn't make the distance, in fact. Tapping it towards the boundary line was Hodgett. Smith calls for deliberate. It's been paid. There we go. Here's the opportunity for Mount Evelyn. Insufficient 10 has been played. Look at that dust getting blown across the ground here. Trent Head's picking up the wind here. And this is not going to help out Mount Evelyn at all.
Reminds me of those Outback Country movies, Aiden, when it's just blowing across.
Yeah, most certainly. So I'll try and figure out. I think it's Kobe Smith with a shot at goal here. He's tucked into the pocket.
Third time's the charm.
What can he do? So they really need to try and get this one. Check side, low trajectory. And he's missed the whole lot. Can you believe that? It's a disappointing result there for Mount Evelyn. And Wandin can get the ball moving out of the back pocket.
So move the ball from the back pocket here, Wandin, and we've seen, this is the third for the season, the deliberates we've seen.
Yes, it is.
So Wandin now will be able to bring it out Van Duren will bring it back in.
Ooh.
He kicks a long ball down the wing. That's trouble at least 70. And he could get out the back here, putting on the afterburners. His bird. And he just thinks himself up, so he comes backwards and tries to do a cute little kick, but it's going to work out to Hodgett in the end. Hodgett will go backwards. Van Duren looks to have the ball in hand here, and that he does. Kicks into the middle of the grounds. He's been held there. Wood. Umpire says no, play on. So Kift has the ball, brings it back into play. At the bottom of the pack here, no one can get the ball cleanly out. And just as the ball comes cleanly out, the umpire blows the whistle to ball it up. It's always the way. So now we'll reset play here. Ball's thrown up. Getting the tap down, Gordon. As they look to get a few handballs here, and that they do, Matt Edelman. They go up the wing. Can a mark be taken? Yes, and it's a nice mark. Smart mark taken there by Smith. Smith brings it to centre half forward. It's troubled over the head, and it's a nice mark going back of the flight taken by Brazezi. So Brazezi now at centre half back, brings it up the middle. It was a good kick there, finding his teammate in Mutsayers. Mutsayers now will come wide to Jaworski. So Jaworski now has a couple of players on short, as Van Duren a little bit longer. Doesn't know where to go, so he's probably just going to put it on the boot. That he does. Down the line, let the wind do the rest. Someone will fly. And taking a mark at the back. Nicely taken mark it was there by Forbes. So Forbes will go short to Kift. They appeal for a block for Wood. Umpire disagrees, so Kift will take the mark here. Right on the wing, right in front of the Wandin interchange bench. He's told to play on. And he puts it to half forward. Can it be taken? No, but it could get out the back here. Wandin looked to mop it up though. Mullet gets it, gives the handle to Jaworski. Jaworski swipes one tackle off, then gives a handle over. Now they can work. A handle out in front of Fury. Can't quite take it cleanly, but they could still get it out of the back here. Beckwith back to Fury. Fury, cute little kick into the pocket, looking for Hodgett. Can't get it. Beckwith goes back and gets a banana towards goal. Across the face. Just quite didn't get the right side of the ball. It's going to go out of bounds on the full for a minor score.
No bend on that one whatsoever. So there's a reprieve for the Mount Evelyn defence. It looks like it'll be Sinnott who'll take the free kick duties here in the back pocket. So they look dangerous there, did Wandin. Really a bit of a chaos ball. They just kept knocking it forward, just doing whatever it took. So no, in fact, I think it's Walker who's going to take the free kick duties, and the wind really picking up here where you can hear that through our effects. Long kick. Doing pretty well against the breeze. Is that a mark taken? Yes, it is. Louis Jones holds onto it. And Wandin can reload. It's a 25-metre penalty. Here we go. So this will be a set shot at goal for Lewin Jones. So another opportunity for a defender here, Trent. So let's see how Louis goes about this one. Definitely within range with the wind behind him. He wouldn't practice his goal kicking too often. But this will give Wandin an even 6-goal margin. So in comes Louis Jones. Couple of stutter steps. Looks pretty good off the boots, just drifting away. And through for a behind, so unable to capitalise there was Lewin Jones. That's the first score of the second half. 5-6-36 are Wandin. Currently letting Mount Evelyn still just the 5 behinds. So Jones just off target on that occasion as Mount Evelyn look to bring the ball back into play once again, and they've turned it over. So it is going to come back. It looks like Chase Black's got ball in hand. Long kick to about 30 out. Forbes will park himself underneath it, and he falls into his lap, but it was touched. Forbes wrapped up, and it will be a stoppage inside forward 50 for Wandin. So he read it well, Bailey Forbes, but just didn't have the sympathy from the umpire. Believed it was touched, so up it goes. Gordon might have got a hold as the umpire. It sounded like a whistle was blown. It must have come from the netball. Anyway, ball heads towards goal. Mount Evelyn just happy to see it over to safety, and that's what they do, fellows. Probably making the right decision there, so it's a 32-point margin now for Wandin, their second rush behind of the game. So once again, Walker has got Watson on his own to the broadcast side, but he wants to go long to the outer side. Long kick, up and under ball. Mutsayas, does he hold the mark? No, he doesn't. Comes to ground level. Man, Evelyn desperately trying to will this ball forward. They've got it under their control. Burton got the handball away just in time. Urquhart, was he taken high? No, umpire calls him to go. And Wandin can reload once again. Kick inside forward 50. Finds Hurst, who's got to play on. Got the handball away. Hodgett, kick towards goal. Rolling, bouncing home. And Hodgett's got it. 38 points the difference. Hodgett's kicked his third. And Wandin kick away.
Really disappointing so far from Mount Evelyn.
Yeah, they just haven't responded well to the win so far in this third quarter. Didn't really utilise it in the second. And Wandin now out to a 38-point difference. And looking very, very good here. As the ball comes back into the middle. What can they respond? But it looks like is that a bit of rain coming down, Trent?
So that or a bit of dust.
Sideways.
There's ball's back in the middle now. Ball's thrown up. No ruckman could get a tap there. The ball comes to the side. No one's got a clear clearance yet. I thought I heard a whistle, but not quite. As they wait, Gordon waits for a runner, and he gets one. And they go wide to the wing. So they build up play here. Can they build up to get their first goal of the game? They bring it inside the forward 50. Can it might be taken? Noah Karma can get out the back, but tackle's laid straight away to disallow that. And the umpire's going to ball this ball up. Ball's brought back into play here. Johnson wins the tap down to Black. Black gets himself out of traffic. Gives a handball out. Now they get another handball out to Manson. Manson puts it down looking for Mullet. But it's going to go out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. So brought up to just in front of half forward for Wandin. So Ruckman get into position. The ball to be thrown back in now. Wood coming into the ruck for Wandin. Gordon just grabs it out of the ruck and he's tackled by Wood. It's got to be holding the ball. And it is. It's good work by Wood there. We'll take it on the wing. Here comes that wind. Wood to centre half forward. Hurst is there. Can he take it just over his head? Hodgett has it, but he's met with a big tackle straight away. But it's trickled out now. Can they get a clean possession here? Bumped off the ball. No free kick given to Gardner. The ball's at the bottom of the pack. A tackle is laid. The umpire's going to pin him. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Mount Evelyn. Houlihan. So they have it at the half-back line now. As they put it down the wing, can it might be taken? Yes, no, it can't. It's just, I thought it had it for long enough. Umpire disagreed. Clever Cam gets a kick out wide, and it's probably going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw, and that it is.
So to the outer side of the ground, still 38 points the difference, Wandin's way. Mount Evelyn still yet to register a goal. Already 11 minutes gone into this third quarter, and once again it's going to be Gordon up against Johnson in the ruck. So good stuff there by the boundary umpire, allowed for the win that time, or maybe not. It still blew away, but both rucks didn't really adjust. Gibbons gets it under his control, gets the handball away, comes back to Burton, up and under ball, might be out of bounds on the full, and it is. It's right onto the back of the trailer of the Ute there, and it's going to be a free kick to Wandin, and they can reload once again, and the breeze is picking up, so could just take one kick to go inside forward 50. It looks like Mullet's going to be the recipient. He seems to have played up the ground a little bit today, Trent, too, as well. We've seen him go into the guts a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
So Wandin really trying to, almost the Kevin Sheedy style, just swinging all the magnets around. Jaworski playing on the wing, Mullet in the midfield. Long kick. Breeze not maybe pulling that kick as much as I thought it would have. Kiff, does he take the mark? Yes, he does. Well done. Man, Evelyn skipper with an important moment there. Chips it across, but it might be turned over. Mullet attacked it beautifully. He just couldn't quite stick the mark. Comes to ground level. Plenty of numbers. Now Wanda might be away. Manson, does he keep it in play? Yes, he does. He puts him inside forward 50. Inaps is there. Hurst appealed for a hold, but he won't get it. Inaps eventually gets the ball under his control. Beautifully done. Steadfast in defence. Gets the ball moving out. Briley attacked it, but he just couldn't quite get there in time. Mullet with front position, and he might back himself in here, Aaron Mullet. I reckon he will be within range with the wind behind him. This could make it 44 points if he can kick this. And just make the task even harder for Mount Evelyn. So it'll be a pretty big kick required. So Mullet gives himself a decent little run up here. And he begins his approach. It's 38 points at the moment. Distance won't be an issue. And he's put it straight over the goal umpire's cap, Aaron Mullet. His second goal from long range, and he puts it out to a 44-point difference. And it is really getting harder and harder for Mount Evelyn. Wandin with their seventh unanswered goal. Mount Evelyn still unable to get one just yet. As the ball comes back into the middle, the breeze really starting to pick up, which isn't going to help them in any form. So it'll still be Gordon on the ruck up against Johnson, who's done most of it today for Wandin, which is another interesting positional change. So up it goes once again. Johnson wins the tap. They look to go backwards to go forwards, and Byrne might be away here if he can control the bouncing ball, which he does. He's got Atkins over the top. Atkins sees Brazizi, but he decides to go further afield. Up and under ball. Can someone take the mark here? Mullet's down there once again. Hurst picks it up. Kick towards goal is offline. So just couldn't quite hook it around there. Could Daniel Hurst? He's second behind of the afternoon, along with one goal, and he makes it 45 points the difference. And Mount Evelyn once again look to bring the ball back into play.
So they'll bring the ball back in for Sinnott. Kick long down the line. Can Marby taken? Van Duren flies and able to hold the mark. They could get it out the back here. Mount Evelyn to get a handball over to top to Briley. Briley runs, then gets a kick on the way. No, just falls short, but picking it up there nicely is Smith. Smith puts it inside forward 50. Is given down the back. He take the mark. No, he can't. Good pressure laid there by Byrne. Kick off the boot. Is he going to stay and play? Byrne goes in. He wants the boundary line and he gets there. They appeal.
Nothing coming.
Nothing coming. So maybe the one only time we see it, Aiden. There's ball going to be thrown back in. So it's inside the forward 50 now of Mount Evelyn, what they want. The ball will be thrown back into play here. Yes, it is. Fuchs probably gets the winner of the tap there. Flying was Black, unable to take it cleanly. And it's going to go back over the boundary line. Helped over by Mutz Sayers. He appeals for an out in the full, but umpire says throw it in. So they reset to bring the ball back into play. Fuchs v Johnson. Johnson just grabs the other ruck, tries to get a handball out. Umpire gives a high contact free kick. It's going the way. This could be the chance of their first goal.
Yep.
And it looks like it might be the skipper.
Yeah, it does look like it is.
Yeah,
there we go.
Damien Kiff. So it's certainly not over.
No, definitely not, Trent. They're going to have the wind in the last quarter, but they definitely need to make some inroads in this third quarter.
So Kiff to line up to put the first goal of the game for Mount Evelyn. Skipper stands up and tries to allow for the win, but allows it a bit too much. So there's the 6 behind of the game for Mount Evelyn. And they trail still
44 points.
Plus 44 points. As you can see, the dust really coming.
Yep.
They look to bring the ball back into play. Do Wandin. And the play resets now. They go up the middle of the ground to the centre circle, using the wind. Johnson goes to fly, but a mark's taken out the back, and it's a nice mark taken, matter of fact. And they'll go wide to Atkins. That they do. They got Atkins, they got Jaworski. Take your pick. Atkins grabs it, then puts a short, sees something he likes, and kicks it nice and short, finding Gardner. So Todd Gardner will line up. He'll kick this from about 40 on an angle. Distance shouldn't be a problem. I know I said that last week, but I'm 100% sure this time with the wind. So Gardner now comes in, begins his approach. Kick is on his way. As I said, distance not a problem, but it's the accuracy, but it comes back. Gardner's put it through. That's his first of the game.
50 points of difference now, Trent.
Yeah, it's really getting away now, Adam. It's going to make it tough for Mount Evelyn.
It's the old 2-goal turnaround. Kift had the shot at goal, couldn't convert, and Garner down the other end, he did. And the margin just gets bigger and bigger here for Wandin. Already gone 17 minutes into this third quarter. The ball comes back into the middle, so Charlie Wood's going to go up on the ruck this time for Wandin, who hasn't done a lot of the ruck work today. He's done a lot of it for him this season. So up it goes once again. Wood up against Fuchs. Here is Mullet in the middle of the ground once again. Kicks around beautifully to Molino. Molino inside forward 50. Johnson. No, he couldn't quite take the mark. Just a little bit hot. Atkins gets the handball away. Wood is there. Clevercamp cuts across for Mount Evelyn, and they get the ball moving up the middle of the ground, but the ball just caught in the wind. Fuchs will park himself underneath. A good mark taken by Fuchs. Provided the contest, and Mount Evelyn can still move forward. Not a whole lot of options up ahead, so Fuchs does kick it to half forward. Oh, it's a bit of a fly here from Van Duren, but just couldn't quite get to the ball. Urquhart kicks it inside forward 50. Gibbons is there. This is Matthew, but doing really well there. It looks like Tommy Hines. And Hines just kicks across the ground. Bit of a dangerous one. Fury and Beckwith are there for Wandin. Dark and also that man Heathcote are there for Mount Evelyn, but it is Wandin who win the ball. They move forward looking for Garner, who eventually gets it under his control, swings around onto the right, gets the ball to about half forward to a one-on-one against Hurst and Forbes, but Forbes eventually wins out and can send Mount Evelyn back the other way. So Forbes assesses what he's got up ahead, loads up on that left boot. Long kick to the wing. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. Inaps does well. So really got the breeze up against them here, Mount Evelyn, but they want to try and find this goal before three-quarter time. Inaps, wobbly ball. Can a mark be taken? No, it can't. Comes to ground level. They still get it moving forward. Clever Camp did well, but it was knocked away by Hines. Now Mount Evelyn, they're a chance. Fury slipped the tackles, gets the ball moving forward. Long barrel, but again Forbes is there and he takes a good defensive mark. And he might cut across here. He's got Fellows on his own in the defensive 50, but he decides to go forward eventually, and that's not a very good kick. Going over the head of Inaps, and it goes out of play, and it will be thrown back in on the outer side of the ground. So disappointing result that for Mount Evelyn. Once again, Fuchs in the ruck. Up against Wood. We're just waiting for this boundary throw-in to take place. 9.5 gone into the third quarter, so we've ticked into red time. And yet Mount Evelyn still without a goal. So Wandin done it very well today so far. Up it goes. Wood with front position, and a little bit harsh there. The boundary umpire's been told to throw it in again. Up against the breeze, so we will have a take two of the boundary throw-in. So once again, Wood and Fuchs. Step back, and here we go. This one. Fuchs this time with front position. Just grabs it out of the ruck, and he gets a kick away, but it was partially smothered. Kift attacked it, but he couldn't take it cleanly. Comes back in. Beckwith with an opportunity. He just overran the football slightly. Now Wandin might have a chance to get the ball moving back the other way, but they can't do so for the moment. Plenty of numbers around the ball. Clever Camp. He's in there. Byrne soccers it forward. Molino, can he get to the ground level ball first? Yes, he can. He gets the handball away. Once again, Burns involved. Steps around his man. Gets the ball to about half forward. Garner, who seems to have moved forward, is there. Inaps flew to take the mark, but he couldn't do so. Molino squares it up, and here is Johnson.
He's played a majority of the day in the ruck today.
He has, and this is his first real look at the goals. Clint Johnson runs around onto the right. And puts it through. 56 points the difference. Johnson gets his first. And Wandin continue on. 9-8-62 they are. Mount Evelyn 6 behinds.
Yeah, they're really dominating play now. I think it's just party time from now.
It looks like it at this point, Trent. 21 minutes are now gone into this third quarter, so we're near three-quarter time. And Wandin with a very handy advantage coming into the final break. We'll just wait for the ball to come back into the middle. Once again, the net down there at the far end, not really providing a whole lot of use. Ball always seems to fly over the top.
Time,
So the boundary up wants to bring the ball up, so looks like Charlie Wood's going to go up again in the ruck here. So I think Johnson might rest forward for these last couple of minutes while Wood takes the ruck duties from here.
So the ball to be thrown back up here. Gordon Wood. Ball's balled up. Wood flies high, but Gordon gets the tap down. Kiff tries to get the clearance, gets the handball out, move to the moving player in Clever Camp. He puts it inside forward 50. Can it might be taken? No, it can't. And they look to retreat here through Hines. Wandin. Hines tucks it under his arm and puts it up the wing. Has it something he likes? Is it going to be a free kick given? Yes, it is. And they come back to Daniel Hurst. So Hurst now plays on, puts it inside 450 just over the head of Johnson. Wood's working back hard too. Atkins chases after him. It's a really good pick up there by Atkins, and he comes backwards, but it's going to be called back as he ran out of bounds. It's going to be a boundary throw in. It's 22 minutes gone into the third quarter. Currently as we stand, 9-8-62. Wandin lead, Mount Evelyn 6 behind 6. Very comfortable 56-point lead there for Wandin. So the ball, Johnson to resume ruck duties as now that's in the forward line. And he's going to ask for it to be balled back in as the wind took it and brought it back and really held it up in the air, not allowing it to carry very far in the distance. So Rucks will probably reposition himself and come in a little bit closer just by going from that ball in. As the ball's thrown back in this time. That time it's distance is not a problem, but it's where it travelled. But anyways, the umpire, it's tackled and the umpire blows his whistle to ball the ball back up. Ball's thrown back up here now. No real tap down. Clever Cam gets around one and snaps it around his body as that goes down out of bounds on the floor. I think it might have, yes it has, and Black will be the recipient of this kick. to bring it back inside forward 50. So Black with ball in hand. Plays on immediately, then puts it inside forward 50. Has a couple of targets down there. Can a mark be taken? No. Forbes flies. Matter of fact, Forbes has got it on about the 4th or 5th grab. And we'll take it in the back pocket. Forbes now has had the ball for a long time. I'm expecting the umpire to call him to play on. That he has. Forbes puts it down the line. It's going to come straight to the 50. Can it might be taken? No, it can't. Out the back. Good strong tackle laid by Beckwith. Umpire tells him to play on. Here go Matt Evelyn. They're running it up the wing now. They get the ball moving. And now it's intercepted and turned over in the hands of Wandin. So they have it at half back here, Wandin. Probably not long to go. It's been pretty short quarters this game in the 3rd quarter. They go to Gardner. Gardner now plays on, opens up the angle, puts it to centre half 4, looking for Hurst. Hurst flies just over his head. Forbes unable to hold the mark. Chasing after it is Wood. Wood turns around, puts it to the top of the square. Snap has the bounce. Not very good. It's going to go through for a minor score.
On 63 they are now, Wandin. Wood with his second behind. So it looks like Fellows with the kicking duties here. Goes to about half back. Could be a bit dangerous. Gordon contested it. Eventually he does well. The big fella to get the ground level ball. He got the handball away nicely. Dark with a long kick out of the defensive 50. And I think this might have gone out of bounds on the full, has it? No, might have just pitched inside. So Mandaree thrown on the outer side wing. 25 minutes gone into the 3rd quarter. 57 points the difference the way I wanted. 9-9-63 they are to Mount Evelyn, 6 behind. Mandaree throwing. Gordon will get there first. He gets the tap down, but it goes probably the wrong way, and they might be a chance here. Clever Camp, can he take it cleanly? Eventually he can, so Mount Evelyn now can counter-attack. The handball came away to Forbes. Forbes up the middle of the ground. Wanted with all the representation. Van Duren parks himself underneath it and takes the intercept mark. Chips it across on a bad-looking kick here, and he finds Black. Chase Black, Jaworski provides the overlap run, and eventually he hands it away to him. Jaworski sends it into the forward pocket. Can he find a set of hands? Hurst is there, but he couldn't win it from the back. Atkins goes down. Still chance here for Wandin. Atkins handballs back into the corridor. There's a free kick here for below the knees, and it's going to be a kick at goal for the Dogs. So things could just go from bad to worse here for Mount Evelyn.
Looks like Atkins.
So it was Brody Atkins who was legged. And he's nice and close to goal. He does have a little bit of an angle to deal with. We'll get a pretty good look at this one. The umpire does have to pull him across onto the mark, so definitely a little bit of an angle here for Brody Atkins, but what can he do? He's got 1 goal in the afternoon. Can he make it 2? Can he make it 63 points the difference? Yes, he can. Puts it through right on the 3/4 time siren. 63 points the difference for Wandin. 10-9-69 they are, leading Mount Evelyn just the 6 behind. A very, very handy advantage. And run away. Final quarter action here. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Sorry, just a moment or two delayed there, but we are underway. So once again, Johnson. Fuchs, who starts in the ruck on this occasion. Once again, Mullet in the midfield. Johnson paddles it backwards to Mullet. Now Brazisi tackled straight away by Burton. Goes back for a second effort, does Brazisi, and they go inside forward 50 here. Do the Rovers. Van Duren can't quite take the mark. Urquhart is there for the Rovers. And I reckon this is eventually going to end up being a stoppage, and it will be. Yep, so a ball up in the forward 50 of Mount Evelyn. So just 30 seconds gone so far. Johnson once again to contest the ruck. Umpire throws the ball aloft. Fuchs, oh no, it wasn't Fuchs, it was Gordon, got the handball moving forward, cut off though by Mutsayers, gets the hands away, does that pretty well, and wanted on the counter attack here, but this kick going to be cut off. Fuchs parks himself underneath it. And once again, Mount Evelyn with the breeze going to their end of the ground. Wobbly ball inside forward 50. No mark can be taken, comes to ground level. Could be a chance here. Clever Camp swings onto the right, looks pretty good off the boot, it's got the carry. Just doesn't have the accuracy, so another behind there for Mount Evelyn. 0-7 they are now. Clever Camp unable to find the accuracy. And now just a minute gone, 7 behinds for the Rovers, 62 points behind they are. So this is Tommy Hines with the kicking duties for the Dogs. So back it comes. Where can he go? And everyone set up pretty well here for the moment. Hines looks to the outer side of the ground, just chips it short into the pocket and does that quite nicely. So it looks like Mutsayers with the ball here, and he just chips it short up the line. Once again, turned over, and Clever Camp, it looks like. Not Clever Camp, sorry, it's Burton. Takes the intercept mark, and this might be the chance for Mount Evelyn's first goal. So Casey Burton. They haven't kicked one all day, the Rovers, and now might be the chance. In he comes from about 45. He's missed it. There we go. Another behind for Mount Evelyn, so they still can't seem to find the big sticks. So 8 behinds. Burton on this occasion unable to convert. 2 minutes have gone now in the final quarter. Once again, it's Tommy Hines with the kicking duties.
So Tommy Hines to bring it back in for Wandin and goes long down the line. Get him up, be taken, a couple fly, and they give it to the guy in the front, Van Duren. And he has it at half back now. Van Duren assesses his options up the ground, then plays on and puts it down the line. Get him up. Mark be taken. Got a chip caught in my throat there, Aiden.
Oh, no.
At half forward. They put it inside forward 50. Get him up be taken. No, it can't. Burns there. Good defensive pressure there by Matt Evelyn. But they're laid by big tackle. How's the umpire going to see this? He's waiting. I think he's going to pin him, and yes, he is. It's a question who's going to take the kick, because there was 2 of them that went at him. It was Hurst, and he gives the handle over to Johnson. Johnson lines up from outside 50. Good mark, big take in, flying high. Looked to be Jaworski, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
Going to be rushed over the line for a minor score. And bring it back in now. Mount Evelyn go long down the line, using the width to their advantage. They get it to the centre. No mark can be taken. Urquhart goes at it. Tries to get a handball. That he does, and they can move it now up the middle of the ground. Getting a handball there. Thompson goes wide, and then they go to centre half forward. They got inside forward 50. Matter of fact, can a mark be taken? No, it can't. Here they go. They can get out of here through Black. Black gets a handball out wide and gives it over to Manson. Now they can go long down the wing. Paddy Hodgett presents and takes a nice strong mark. Hodgett now brings it inboard to Johnson, but it's just gone over his head. But Lewis Jones is there. Jones brings it wide to Brazizi. Brazizi runs and zigzags in and out of traffic and goes wide, finding Hodgett again. And it's going to be a 25-metre penalty. Geez, I think that's a bit generous, Aiden. But they bring it wide now. Hodgett goes short. Finds Burn. Burn from 50. Will probably use the wind to his advantage. He said just pulls the kick. Van Duren's found himself in the forward 50, but it's going to be cut off there. Mount Evelyn can pounce from the defensive 50. They bring it wide into the hands here of Smith. Smith now. They look to retreat. And they've got a mark, and they've got it short. Forbes will go down the line. Can Mo take it? No, it can't. And get out of the back. Beckwith, can he take it cleanly? Knocks it to his advantage. And they go in again. Gordon's there. Beckwith gets it and tucks it under his arm and puts a short kick, but he's turned it over. It's going to go the way of Mount Evelyn here. They can bring it back into the middle of the ground. Finding the captain, Kift. Kift now plays on, wheels around, puts it inside 450, wasting no time. Out the back, and it's a mark taken. Erkin's got it. Can he go back and put through the first goal of the game for Mount Evelyn in the last quarter? 8 behinds they've kicked. To Wandin's 10-10-70. So Urquhart will go back. Really mentioned earlier, he's kicked 36 goals this season, averaging 4 a game from the matches he's played. Urquhart now. Kinsey's approach directly in front. 25 to 30 out. In he comes. Kick looks pretty good, and kick is home. They've got their first goal of the game, so not going to go without a goal. And you can hear the crowd get behind them as they kick their first goal.
A good finish there from Callum Urquhart. And as Trent mentioned, Mount Evelyn finally on the board with a major. Back to 56 points the difference. 10-10-70 are Wandin, 1-8-14 are Mount Evelyn. So they haven't been without opportunities. Just haven't been able to convert them. So the ball comes back into the middle. And Clint Johnson, who's battled out in the ruck all day. Not his number 1 position, but he's done pretty well considering. He's up against Ryan Fuchs. So up it goes once again. Fuchs taps it down. And they might be able to come out of the middle here once again. Looks like Hale's got ball under control here. Swings around into that left boot. Inside forward 50. Urquhart once again through the hands of Smith. And it goes out of play and it will be thrown back in. So once again to the forward 50 of Mount Evelyn. So a good chance for a couple of consolations here for the Rovers. You can't imagine Wandin are going to be too interested in keeping the foot on the accelerator for much longer with a handy lead here in an elimination final. Gordon taps it back into the corridor. Kift, was he? No. Umpire calls him to go. The handball comes off the hands there of Thompson. Umpire comes in and we will have another stoppage inside the forward 50 of Mount Evelyn. We just wait for the umpire to throw the ball aloft. Up it goes once again. Tapped down there by Fuchs, is it? And there's a free kick here going to go the way of the Rovers once again. So it goes the way of Billy Gordon. And could potentially get back-to-back goals here for Mount Evelyn. Get it back to 50 points. So here we go. Gordon. 35 metres out. Bit of an angle. And he puts it across the face. Disappointing result there for Mount Ev. 1-9-50. 1-9-15, sorry. Gordon unable to convert. Third behind for him. So once again, Tommy Hines with the kick-in duties. Just looks to the middle of the ground. And then eventually just chips it across to Lewin Jones. So Jones really just happy to slow the tempo down. Wandin Mutsar's calls for it, but he'll go further afield. Not a great looking kick. Hale couldn't quite take the mark. Van Duren contested it well. Hale got the handball away. Good strong tackle laid by Brazizi. No, umpire said it was too high. Maybe this might be a shot at goal. Brazizi not happy about the decision there from the umpire, saying that he ducked into it, and here's a shot at goal for Jed Thompson. And
they've been at it all day, these two.
Yeah, the Wanda bench giving it to Jed Thompson, who goes long distance, not a problem. He's got it. There we go. Thompson puts it. The goal umpire's fallen down. There we go. Thompson puts it through. There's a bit happening down there. The goal umpire's a bit sore here, Trent. Oh, gee, I hope he's okay. He's actually... Oh, gee, the goal umpire... Oh, no, just fixing his shoe, I think. Gee, the goal umpire...
Good to see you laughing at his pain, eh? Good to see you laughing at his pain.
Oh, people laugh at my misery all the time, Trent. I'm just used to it. So, but the goal umpire... Oh, there we go. There's the love for me. Not a whole lot, to be perfectly honest, but the goal umpire, he's back up now. It's okay. 2-9-29, Mount Evelyn to Wandin's 10-10-70. Back to 49 points of difference. So they found a little bit of life here in this last quarter, man. They're probably a little bit too late, but good that they're not giving it away, as they cut the margin back once again, and the ball does come back into the middle.
It's a ball back in the middle now. Ball to be balled up now as they move the ball forward hand. They can go again inside 450 again, Mount Evelyn. They bring it to the half forward. Kinamama taking forward, has been moved forward. He gets a handball over the top to Briley. Brazizi gets a handball out, and they can go for Van Duren. He's tackled. Was he tackled when he bounced it?
I reckon he was, but either way, it's been paid.
On the ball. So Mount Evelyn found some life in the last quarter. A little too late, possibly though. Forwards presents, almost takes a nice mark. They get a kick moving forward. Mullet goes in to try and get it. Getting a handball out there was Sammy Hodgett to get it out to Jaworski. Jaworski now has a bounce. Waits for somebody to come at him. They go down the line. Can it be taken? No, it can't. It's hit. And now they go. Mount Evelyn had the ball in hand. Umpire doesn't call. Could have been in one for against in the protective zone. Sinnott has ball in hand and he goes long down the middle of the ground to centre half forward. Can it be taken? No, but it could get out the back here. Chasing hard after is Matthew Gibbons. Gibbons gets around. Can he take it clearly? Gets it in his hands now. Tries to put it on the boot, but it's going to go out of bounds on the full for no score.
Yeah, kick was just effective at the last moment there.
10 minutes into the last quarter, and if they were to make any sort of comeback, they need to kick 8 in this quarter.
Exactly right, Trent. Well, 10 in the quarter. They need another 8 goals on top of the 2 they've already kicked.
So it's getting harder. Yeah, well, 10 in total. It's 8 more, exactly. So, but if they did it, one of the quarters of the ages.
It'd be one of the greatest comebacks ever, Trent, really.
As they look to bring the ball back in, Hines, one of the co-captains, brings it down the wing. Can Mark be taken? Yes, he can out the back. Wood, who's played a bit of less ruck roll. And they go wide. And they bring it cross face. It looks to be Johnson. He brings it back in, boys. Sees Brazizi in there, but it's gone over his head. Urquhart will get it out of the counter attack. Briley gets it. Goes long to the open goal square. And he's missed it. So going through for a minor score for Matthew Briley. They'll look to bring it back into play for Hines. Will Wandin. And he wastes no time playing on because he sees something as like if Damien Fury, Van Duren's there as well, so is Jones. But Fury stands tall and takes the mark. So Fury at halfback plays on, puts it long down the line, has a couple of contests there. Can a mark be taken? Yes, a nice strong mark taken by Paddy Hodgett. Inspector Gadget. Hodgett now goes wide. Beckwith is there. He flies, almost pulls a one-hander off. There's a whistle being blown. It's a trip, and it's going to go the way of Mount Evelyn, I believe. Yes, against Wood, but it looks at it. And there we go. A bit confused there, Aiden.
So it comes back the other way. Manson's in a bit of a 2-on-1 here. He didn't get a fortuitous bounce, and Forbes' way. So Forbes has made a move forward. He gets the kick to about half forward. Was there a push there in Gordon against Mutsayers? No. Urquhart involved. Jones got the handball away just in time. They look to come through the middle of the ground. Eventually, Fury gets the ball under his control. Kicks through the middle, and it'll work out beautifully to Brazizi, who just slows down for a moment, then just comes out wide with the kick. And done that pretty well on Tommy Hines, who it looks like he's come up the ground. So Hines eventually runs around onto the left. Long kick inside the forward 50. Atkins in the air. Inaps couldn't take it. Atkins got the handball away, but it was turned over. And now Mount Evelyn can get the ball moving away. Hurahan has a whistle. It's a free kick to Wandin. So it will be a shot at goal for the Dogs. They can possibly get this margin back out to 55 points as Brody Atkins will take it. He's already kicked 2 on the afternoon. And he can potentially kick goal number 3. So Atkins to get it back to 54 points. Just taking his time. What a little bit of a wind contend with, because that end of the ground there has been a bit more of a problem than, of course, the far end. So Atkins, in he comes. Distance not a problem, just across the face. He's just snuck it through for a behind. So 10-11 they are now, Wandin. Just a couple of behinds in this last quarter so far. Margin back out to 49. Atkins 2 goals 2 he is now. So Wandin, man, Evelyn don't want to waste any time. Dark with a very long kick using that breeze once again to that far side wing. No mark can be taken. Collected here at ground level by Thompson. He just couldn't quite take it cleanly, and then it trickles over the boundary line. It will be thrown back in on the far side wing. So just waiting for the boundary umpire to collect the ball. Looks like Wood's going to go up in the ruck on this occasion for Wandin, and coming across is Gordon for Mount Evelyn. So up it goes. It's Wood with front position, although eventually getting to the front there was Gordon. Byrne tracked it back momentarily, but in the end it was picked up by Black. All the way back to Fury. Kicks around his body, looking for Mullet. Just missed him. Atkins did well to keep it in play. Takes him on, then retreats momentarily, which might cost him, because Mount Evelyn have forced the turnover here, but they just couldn't quite collect it cleanly once again. Ball heads towards the boundary line. It's locked up at the moment, up by a circle. He's going to play holding the ball. So I reckon there wasn't a realistic attempt in that one, and this is going to go Wandin's way. And it looks like Chase Black will be the recipient. So rewarded for a good tackle there. As Black just assesses the options up ahead. In no real rush at the moment. High up another ball. Can a mark be taken here? Gordon's going to park himself underneath it. But in the end it was a really strong mark taken there by Sinnott. Sinnott looks further afield. All just pinballing back and forth for the moment. Decides to come sort of back in towards the corridor. Kift is there, so too is Urquhart. No mark can be taken. Ball comes into the corridor. Briley goes long towards goal. Does Van Duren get back? He won't, but it was offline anyway. It misses. So another behind there for Matty Briley from long range. 2-11-23 now, Mount Evelyn. Back to a 48-point difference.
So they'll bring it back in for Van Duren. How fast he's going to travel, Aiden?
Maybe 50. He's got the wind against him, but he's always a long kick as Van Duren. I like this. He should take more kick-ins, should Harry Van Duren. He's a long, accurate kick. It's definitely the way to come out of your back half.
He's going to bring the ball back in. He plays on, gets the extra distance, and as you said, an accurate kick kicks it to the man on the mark. But they managed to grab it, pick it up here through Hines, and he thumps it forward, but it's going to be instead in mark taken by, looks like Gordon.
Harry, what are you doing to me?
He puts it inside forward 50. Could get out the back here. Mark Forbes!
No, that was...
Oh, touch. Oh, no, he's paid it. So he's
paid it.
I don't know why he wasn't called to play on, but the move from defence to forward.
Yes.
He could get a goal from it. So Forbes...
I've seen a lot of defenders kick a goal today.
Goes back and puts it through. So Bailey Forbes kicks the third goal for Mount Evelyn.
I think Forbes is the first defender to actually put one through, but it's been one of those kind of days, I guess, with this long wind. So certainly a chance if you take the intercept mark, you're definitely within range from about 60. But Forbes does well there.
Ball be brought back into the middle now. What are we? 8 and 6, just about 17 minutes.
Yep.
Coming up to 17 minutes into the last quarter. Comeback.
Oh, gee, that's a big ask.
Ball, it's thrown up now. Gordon wins the tap. And they get the clearance moving. Hale gets it over into the direction of Briley. Urquhart's there as well, but mopping it up there nicely. Wandin, they get a handball out, but it's going to be a boundary throw in. The far side of the ground. And the umpire's getting around to throwing it in now. Looks like it'll be Wood and Gordon to go in the ruck battle. Umpire allows for the win. Gordon just grabs out the ruck, gives a handball off to Kift. Kift lines up towards goal, puts it to the centre square. It's going to be a free kick, and I think it's going to go the way of Forbes.
Here we go. He's got another shot at goal, Trent.
It's Bailey Forbes line up for his second. It's against your man.
Yeah, Harry, ever since I pumped him up, he's had a shocking last couple of minutes. That errant kick, and now he's given away a free.
Forbes line up to kick his second. The defender turned forward, and he's put it straight through the middle. No problems at all.
Who said defenders can't kick goals, Trent? 4-11-35 now at Mount Evelyn. Forbes puts through his second. Mount Evelyn's only multiple goal kicker on the park. And he's played full back all season. Can you believe that?
Possibly play at the wrong end.
Yeah, maybe. It's working out for him, so it's back to 36 points the difference. 18 minutes are now gone in this last quarter. So got a little fight back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess the main question is, where was this in the last? Have Wandin just taken their foot off the accelerator?
Oh, I think a little bit. I mean, they don't have the win with them, but yeah, certainly, I guess at this point in the game, you've got to be a little bit careful for Wandin. You don't want them to get too close, but certainly, I guess there's no real reward in keeping the foot on the pedal in finals, but they might get one out the back here, but no. Handball was Aaron Jaworski's going to get there first. He controls it nicely, gets the kick away, and that's really nicely done. And Mullet, who's played in the middle all day, there's been positional changes all over the ground for Wandin. It's a very different look. All the same players, just not playing in their normal positions. Long kick to half forward. Oh, good mark is taken there. Well done. Billy Gordon, probably been one of Mount Evelyn's best. Done well on the ruck. Hands it away to Kift, who chips it up the line, and Hurahan takes the mark. So Hurahan looks to the middle. Kick wasn't the greatest, but it worked out in the end. Sinnott came across and took the mark, and Sinnott, he does want to go through the corridor. In fact, he goes all the way across to the outer side. Briley in a bit of a foot race, so too is Dark, and Dark eventually gets under his control. He has a bounce. He goes along with a kick to centre half forward. Forbes is there again. He's got the wind behind him. Does he go back and kick a third, Bailey Forbes? Eyes are darting around. I think he's going to back himself in here, Trent. He is. So Bailey Forbes, he's kicked 2 goals already in this last quarter. Can he kick number 3? Forbes, distance is not a problem. It's just offline. Here we go. So he can't kick a third. Might still be time for him, but he does get the margin back to 35 points at least. And Forbes definitely seems to be the target for Mount Evelyn. So Hines will have the kicking duties once again, kicking against the wind. 20 minutes gone in the last quarter. So Wandin just happy to run the clock down. Don't really need to do anything special from here. So Hines just looks further afield. Looking to the broadcast side, and that eventually, as they most often do, goes to the outer side of the ground. Johnson in the area, but a good strong mark is taken, and once again Mount Evelyn, they can reload. Long kick, very long kick to the top of the square. Can a mark be taken? Nearly. Forbes is in the area. As a whistle, it's going to be a free kick to Mount Evelyn, is it? No, it's got to come back. There we go. So after all that, didn't matter. So Kift is going to have to do that all again. Plenty of numbers down there for both sides, Mount Evelyn and Wandin. This one's a bit more wobbly. Jones is there. Brazizi can't hold the mark. And the ball bounced fortuitously for Mount Evelyn. Here we go. Snap around the body is home. Just trying to figure out who kicked that one.
Kobe Smith by the looks of it.
Yes, there we go. Back to 29 points the difference. So 5 goals in this last quarter to Mount Evelyn. Wandin just the 2 behinds.
Very interesting. 21 minutes gone.
Yep, 21. That's it. 21 minutes into the last quarter. 5-12-42 now, Mount Evelyn. Wandin 10-11-71 as the ball comes back into the middle of the ground.
Come on, let's go, Wandin.
Wandin wouldn't mind a steady here, I reckon, Trent. Just probably not going to be enough time for Mount Evelyn, don't think, but they've certainly closed it right down.
Hard.
Yeah, so the ball's thrown back up in now. Gordon muscles his way out, gets the handball out of Clever Cam. Clever Cam puts it to half forward. Can it might be taken? Noah Kamba could get out the back to Fuchs. No, big tackle laid there by Thompson, it looked like. And they get the handball moving. Van Duren has ball in hand. They run into a couple of teammates. There's Van Duren as he kicks the ball looking for Paddy Hodger, who has 3. Goes there. Black gets it on the crumb. Black now zigzags around and goes wide and does a really smart kick wide. And they can resettle the play a bit here. They go even wider. Find Atkins. Atkins wastes no time playing on. Then he gets around the opponent. He does this well. Puts it inside forward 50. He has a player on his own. And Daniel Hurst, are they going to pay the mark? No, they're not. Chase Black has it. Gives a handball out to Molino. And he's got it.
Let's fucking go.
So Molino puts through his first of the day. And just probably... Not that they're probably going to come back. It's just a bit more steady to show you how much they actually have been dominating all day.
Yeah, that's it. The margin, I don't think, really tells the story. Because Evelyn have definitely done well this last quarter, but I don't really think Wandin have really brought the intensity here. But it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, as long as you get the win and you're through to the next week, that's all that really matters. So the ball does come back into the middle once again.
This ball's in the middle now. Johnson got better at that tap. Picking it up is a skipper kick, but his kick is smothered. And now they can go here, Wandin, through the hands of Ladner. It's turned over. Mount Evelyn can have maybe another chance to go forward. Smith is going back even further, taking a nice mark. There is Fellows. And he plays on, and there's the siren. Urquhart takes it just after the siren. They're asking, is that a mark? No, it's not a mark. It doesn't really matter in the end. It's Wandin who have come home with the win. 11-11, 77 to 5-12, 42.
What's the final margin, Trent?